In the words of the late great President John F. Kennedy when he spoke at the Berlin Wall, "Ich bin ein Berliner." Hey guys, welcome to the Vodkast. I'm not going to translate that for you. You historians out there probably know what it means, but I'll let those who don't know go discover for themselves. That's called learning, and learning is important, folks. Let's check in with our milk tonight. Looking good, milk. Hey guys, I have a story to tell you. I got a few stories to tell you tonight. Where do we begin? Let me start with the wedding story. Saturday, I filmed my first wedding for Haley, a friend of Carol's and a friend of mine that works at Blue Ridge Ear, Nose, and Throat and Audiology. Anywho, it was the first time I've done something like this, and I was nervous as hell. I had gone to the rehearsal the night before and run through where I was going to stand, what I was going to do, in hopes that like my plan in my head wouldn't get ruined, or I shouldn't say ruined, but changed by the wedding planner or anything. And apparently we were very unintrusive, me and my friend Ken. We left here around 12:15. I was being a prima donna trying to find something to wear. Nothing fit that I had already picked out to wear, which I should have probably tried on before the day. Anywho, we got out of here. We got there by about 1:15, maybe a little bit before that, around 1, just before the photographers arrived, and we started setting up. And we were starting to get some drone footage, and very sadly, my friend Ken crashed his drone. Now, the Phantom 4 is supposed to have sensors to tell you when you're getting close to objects, such as trees, and it did not. So we're hoping that DJI will cover it and replace the drone, because unlike many of these other vloggers who use drones, he doesn't have an extra $1,000 lying around. Or at least I don't, or I would probably have one right now. Okay, anywho, so the day of the wedding comes, we get there, it is hot as hell. Unless you're in the shade or the wind picks up, it is really warm this day. And we were out in the sun, I mean, close to 10 hours. I mean, some of the wedding was done from in the barn. Here's a quick little clip. It's all I can show you, because I'm putting together something for Haley, and it's not something that's going to go on the podcast. It will go on a professional site for things that I'm, working on the side. Actually, I guess I could let you guys know, we just started a media company. We haven't officially launched it yet because we haven't gone downtown to file everything, but it's going to be called 2 Geek Media. T-O-O, that's right. 2 Geek. 2 Geek to quit. And what we're going to do is weddings, real estate, and probably a lot of side projects that we work on our own. I know we're going to do something for Lynchburg Does, a kind of introduction video for the site, and I don't know. We'll see where it goes. The footage came out great for the wedding, though, is all I'm saying. So, Haley, if you're watching this, I'm very happy with the results of what I got, and I think we can produce a product for you that's going to look amazing. I'm just waiting for Ken to get me his stuff, and hopefully his stuff looks as good as my stuff, because my stuff just looks goddamn amazing. Okay, story number 2. Dose. Do, if you're French. I found these today. That's right. I actually had to call around because I went to my Walmart and they didn't have them, and I was getting aggravated because I'm part of a group on Facebook called the Oreo Obsession. I can't remember, the Oreo Cookie Obsession. I don't know what it's called. But people were starting to post that they found these, and I couldn't find them. And I had gone out the last 2 days to both 3 different Walmarts, actually. One was a neighborhood grocery Walmart place. The other place was just a normal Walmart, but neither of them had it. But they were supposed to be out this weekend to coincide with the whole free donut day, and they weren't, which was very disappointing. So today I had to call Walmart on Wards Road, had them, so I had to run down there, grab those. This story is going to have to wait for a second because I can't tell you it yet. I'll tell you it at the end of the video, okay? Anyhow, I'm dying to try these because from everything I understand, they're really good. Let me tell you one more quick story before we start this review, okay? Milk, how you doing? Excellent. Good to hear. Good to hear, Milk. Of course, Milk is being featured in, I don't know if I've got this locked down. Let me see if it's locked down. Anywho. Our very special cup. Okay. Oh, I was at Walmart looking for these yesterday on Wards Road, which is 4.2 miles from my house. It's not that big a deal. It's not that far. However, with an expired inspection sticker, I don't like traveling too much. So I went down there. I was going to get a 6-pack of cider, hard cider, from my friends Katie and Alex, who were coming over, which actually Alex wasn't coming over. It's just Katie and her 2 girls were coming over. And they carded me. Now, this is the second time, and I think I may have told a story before, that I've been carded at Walmart on Wards Road. And here's how it goes. I go up with all my groceries. They ring it all through. Now, let me take 2 steps back. I'm looking for a good aisle. An aisle I can get through quick. So I see a girl outside of her aisle just standing there like a jackass, like they do sometimes, waiting for a customer to come up. They're not jackasses. I don't mean that. And she said, "Are you ready?" I was like, "Of course I'm ready. Here I am with my carriage." So I get in her line. She rings me through. She gets to the site and she's like, "Oh, I got to call somebody over because I can't sell this to you." Apparently she's under 21 and can't sell, whatever. Not a big deal. I don't mind. I end up waiting about 3 or 4 minutes. And once again, I don't care. I'm not that kind of guy that's like, what the fuck? Why can I just not check out right now? I am an American and I should be able to get through this line immediately. So I waited. Finally, the manager or the floor person comes over and they scan it through and they're like, "Oh, can we see your ID?" I'm like, here we go again. So I hand her my ID. Now my ID, I'll show it to you. I may have to blur this out only due to the fact that I don't want you to have all my information, but I don't know if I'm going to be, let me do it like this. I'll cut this video so that you only see this. Okay, so here in Virginia, I don't know about everywhere else, but we have holograms on our licenses. Let's focus there. Okay, so we have these holograms on our licenses, and because of its closeness to the edge, they crack very easily, and my license is cracked almost like half the way through. Mind you, it's clearly, obviously, painfully, ridiculously a Virginia license. And as much as I hate to admit it, this doesn't look like I'm under 21. And if I do, I appreciate it. This is the second time that Walmart has shut me down for buying alcohol. They're like, "Oh, they're not going to take it," because I'm like, first of all, who is this proverbial they? You are the person looking at my license. You are the immediate person making the judgment call. Don't put it off on they. It has nothing to do with they. It has everything to do with you. I've done this before. I've called a manager over and they don't budge. So it's like, okay, well, I'm leaving now. And I've walked out. I know it's asshole-ish a little bit, but you know what? I could have stayed. I could have got the stuff I needed to get home to hang out with my wife and my family and Katie and her kids. But I was like, no, I cannot bring myself to do it. And now, obviously, the next day I went back to Walmart but they're exclusive to Walmart. What the hell am I supposed to do? I'm here for you. I want to review these for you. So if you're on the edge, you're on the fence. You're like, do I want to try those jelly donut Oreos? Do I want to pay $2.74 at Walmart to get these? Because that's the only place you're going to get them. I want to save you that $2.74 if these are bad. Or I want you to get off your couch and get out there and buy them if they're good. Anywho, I told them to go fuck themselves, and I went to Kroger and I got the shit I needed. And I went back the next day. I know it's a stupid story. It's just ridiculous. Like, I understand, like, they're right near college. Like, if I was on the edge, I mean, look at my expressions. Like, when I speak, I'm very expressive. Like, there's crow's feet here now. I've got a slightly, very slightly, watch it, receding hairline. I mean, it's not thin by any stretch. I'm very happy, knock on wood. At 42, I still have my hair and my health. You know what I mean? But when I look in the mirror, I see these, wrinkles. What's the Bon Jovi line? When I look in the mirror, I don't like what I see. There's a few more lines staring back at me. I love that line. Anywho, I'm not old, just older. So, to make a long story short, well, actually, unless I edit this any better, to make a long story long, I left all my shit in the carriage and I was like, I'm out of here. I really proved my point. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I just made everybody's life better. And that's not being the person I want to be. Like, I could have just been rational about it and say, listen, this is really silly. Like, I understand your policy. I could have spoken very calmly and peacefully to him, but my anger boiled up and it ruined everybody's day. And I got home late, and it doesn't matter. How about we eat some goddamn Oreos? First and foremost, let's take a look here. Hey, I'm gonna steal you, milk cam. What do we got? What's this? What's that right there? You know what that is? That's a lift flap. I sure do love me a lift flap. I wish there was a way, well, you guys can see it over here. This is a Joby Gorilla Pod. This is one of their smaller ones. I've got another one of theirs that's a little bit big, well, a lot bigger than this. I wish there was a way to just grip this to my face. Like, not like a face hug. Oh my god! Oh my god! Like that, but like some way to, I don't know. Well, their smell doesn't tell me anything. They definitely don't smell like a jelly donut unless, I don't know if I do this twist test so early on in the video. I guess I should do it up here because this is the better camera. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I'm telling you, I know something right away. Something's a little fishy off of the bat. Not that it's not going to taste good, but anytime you can do this with an Oreo, either they've been out in the heat for too long or there's a different consistency to them. The Swedish Fish Oreos were like this. This is supposedly tastes like somewhat like a custard or a semen. I'm not sure. I think it's custard though. And this, I've been told, is raspberry, but a lot of people are saying it tastes more like blueberry. It's very sweaty, but it might be, I mean, they've been sitting in here and this is air conditioned, although they are under lights. So, let me smell it a little bit more. Okay, oh, now see, that center, that little raspberry or whatever flavor center is, that definitely has more of a jelly donut smell. I'm really looking forward to trying these. I haven't, like the firework Oreos, I was like, okay, it's just Pop Rocks. That's all they're doing there. I really would like to try. Hey, please, if you're watching this video, friends, especially if you're in Massachusetts, I will gladly pay you. I have no money in my PayPal right now, but I will deposit money into my PayPal and pay you if you're willing to ship some waffles and syrup Oreos to me. Actually, anybody watching. I know there's people out in the South and East and all over the world that are watching this sexy mug right here. As you should be. If you'd be willing to send me some waffles and syrup Oreos, I will gladly compensate you, you know, beyond shipping and everything like that. But right now, it's time for some jelly donut Oreos. Oh, oh, that tickles my fancy. You know what I'm talking about? My eyes are up here. I want to try this with a little bit more of the cream just so I can get the cream filling so I can tell you how I really feel about it. Really hope I can trim this video down because we're looking at over 15 minutes at this point and I got some more stories to tell you. Okay, first impression. These are good. The center is way better than the outside. That when I first opened these and smelled them, I was smelling the outside, the custard or whatever that's supposed to be. And when I first bit into it, all I got was that. But when the jelly started mixing in, I was like, wow, this is, yeah. I would say raspberry, though. I wouldn't say blueberry. This is definitely like a raspberry donut flavor. Very delicious. Very good. Definitely unique and different. The consistency isn't bad like I was thinking it might go in a bad direction. So, let me try them in milk. Let's saturate it really good. Once for a while. Twice for fun. And 3 times to make sure it's nice and soft. Because I like a soft cookie. Okay. I don't normally drink milk when I'm eating a jelly donut. But I will say this. I think the milk brings out the flavor a little bit because you're having to work less to chew the cookie. And so you're getting more of the jelly or the cream itself. Yeah. All right. So, this is one of those cases that I talk about that happens very, very rarely, that the milk actually enhances the flavor and increases the score. Well, Now, this is no toasted coconut, but it's good. I would definitely give it an 8.5. Oh, excuse me a moment. Hello? Yes. Uh-huh. What? I guess so, but we're not going the way of the Swedish fish with that. Hell no. Alright, okay. Just being informed something right here. I'd forgotten something. As we do in very many videos, and I don't like to finish an Oreo review without comparing it, especially between two cookies, to the actual authentic donut. Okay, now first and foremost, I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, Jay, that is not Dunkin' Donuts. You now have a Dunkin' Donuts less than 5 minutes from your house. Why do you not have a jelly donut from Dunkin' Donuts? And I'm going to tell you why. Because Dunkin' Donuts didn't have any of the donuts I wanted tonight. This is how bad it is. Like, Dunkin' Donuts is so popular here, they run out of donuts too quick to keep up with the demand. They can't keep up with the demand for certain donuts. So jelly donuts were sold out. So I thought, all right, you know what? I got to go buy the Packy, the ABC, the liquor store, whatever you call it, from whatever region of the United States you're from. I had to go get some, vodka and Kapali. Oh, shit. I've made a bit of a mess here, but we're okay. So I went to Dunkin' Donuts. They didn't have them. I had to go to ABC store. ABC store is right next to Food Lion. Food Lion has Krispy Kreme donuts. I went in. What didn't they have? Goddamn jelly donuts from Krispy Kreme. Son of a bitch. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, is there a shortage? Is there like some epidemic, something going on with jelly donuts where I can't get jelly donuts today? It seemed that way for a little while. So I went to Kroger. Thankfully, Kroger had this. This was the last box of the jelly donuts they had from Krispy Kreme. If I didn't get that, I was going to end up having to settle for the store brand. And fuck that. Store brand donuts, my kids like store brand donuts, but they're stupid. No, they're not. They're the most wonderful children in the world. I totally don't mean that. However, they're okay with store-bought donuts. I'm not okay with store-bought donuts. I have a very sophisticated palate, and it must be appeased by only the finest donuts. Now, don't tell Dunkin' Donuts this, but I kind of prefer Krispy Kreme's jelly donut. Let's do this. Let's just do this. I don't know how this is going to make a mess. You know it's going to make a mess. I know it's going to make a mess. I'm not going to make a mess of this beauty, though. Thankfully, as we've learned from the twist test... Oh my god, it looks like a little egg. Look, looks like an egg. A lot of you know this about me. A lot of you don't know this about me. I don't care what it is. If it's a burger, if it's pizza, French fries I'm okay with. I don't like touching food with my hands. And it's weird because, I mean, cookies, obviously there's no problem with cookies. But, like, anything that could have grease or slop on me or touch me or feel me. Oh, yeah. What was I eating today? Okay, if it's a fast food burger, I'll just eat it with my hands. Because they're stupid. They're just simplified and, like, they've mastered the art of shitty... burgers, and there's not stuff flopping out the side. But if I go to, like, for example, Applebee's a few weeks ago, I went with Griffin on their burger night. No. Those are some nice dance moves. I love the quesadilla burger. Last time Sean Freeman came to visit us from Reno, San Francisco. I don't know where he was living at the time. He's now up in Canada, but I think he's still living in San Francisco. We dropped him off at the airport in Richmond. There was an Applebee's in the airport, so I got a quesadilla burger. It was delicious. My point is, I can't pick that up because that's just fucking gross. Like, food on my hands. Even when I see people eating and they get something like grease dripping down their hands or their face, like, it happens. Obviously, I've smeared shit all over my face here on the Vodkast before. I just don't like it. For the sake of comedy and fun, like, I can do it. But other than that, sorry, I'm going to try to just grasp it. And I was going to go in the middle of it just to make it look pretty. But I'm going to go with the edge. I'm going to try to find the hole, the donut hole. All right, so this is what we ended up with. I'm going to go with the edge. That way I can get... I know there's, like, right in here. We know that the jelly's directly right there. I can see it. I'm going to squeeze it right towards the edge. That way I can take a bite of this. I can compare the jelly donut Oreo to a jelly donut Oreo. Oh, see? I don't like that. Oh, I like that jelly donut. Oh, God damn it. I'm gonna put that down. You don't need more than a bite. I'm gonna take a little sip of milk before we continue. Brass taxes. Let's get down to business here. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not quite as good as the jelly donut Oreo. Donuts should not be pressed in between two golden Oreo cookies and eaten that way. They're much better just eaten on their own. And I will eat that one as soon as we're done here. That being said, 8.5, they're great, they're fantastic. If you're at a Walmart and you happen to see them, $2.74 near my Walmart, or 4.2 miles from my house. I highly recommend them. They're very good. They're different, they're unique. A lot of times the flavors are just like a little different. This is definitely special. This is something special that's come along. And what's very disappointing is the fact that about a year ago, Walmart ran a contest with 3 flavors. The caramel apple Oreos, which are fan-fucking-tastic. I love those. The jelly donut Oreos, which I could never get my hands on because they didn't sell them around here. Which, why would you vote for something you can't taste? And third was the cookies and cream, which is like, it's so, it just shows you the mentality of people. Like, cookies and cream won. Like, you're already eating cookies and cream, you stupid bastards. Just get an Oreo. Let us have a new flavor, a permanent flavor that's going to be here that I can try and I can eat as long as I want. Even if it sucks, it's a different flavor. Cookies and cream makes no sense. Admit it. If you guys are loving watching these as much as I'm loving making them, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. It would mean the world to me. Don't forget to make somebody smile tomorrow and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were today tomorrow. Let's make the world spin a little bit happier together. Let's sing in the rain and the sun like one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it, because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love and never let your inner child die. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of those who can't take care of themselves, because they're the ones that need it the most. I'm Jason Oliveira, this is the Vodkast. I am the king of cookies, the pastor of pastries, the president of Oreos and vodka. Thank you for stopping by the Vodkast. I'll see you guys a little bit further on down the road. Was that stupid? That was stupid, wasn't it? Alright, I'll see you guys later. Anywho, we got out of here. Anywho.
Anywho.
His name was Tits Mahoney, and he knew how to cut a tree down.